So here we're going to look at how we actually create some flashcards in Quizlet. So once you've got you've gone in, you'll come to a landing page, something like this, and all you need to do is look for the create icon at the top there. So we just click create, and it will take you to a new page where you can simply fill in the details that you want to. So let's just do this together. So I'm going to call it, I need to give it a title first. So I'm going to create one on types of ball games, and as is the way with Quizlet, there's all sorts of different functionality and options that we can have. So first of all, if I wanted to, if you look here, I could import from Word or Excel or Google Docs if I've made some terms and definitions already. If we click on that, you can see that you have to set up in a particular format, either with a tab or with a comma or with an underscore, underline. Lots of different things you can look at. It's worth spending some time on that if that's the way you'd prefer to do it. For now, we're not going to worry with that. The next thing we want to do is make sure we check the correct language. So that's going to be English for the term and English for the definition as well. Who is going to have access to these cards? Well, for the moment, it's everybody, and it's only editable by me. That's usually what I tend to do, but if we click on change, you can see that you can make it just for certain classes. So I might make it just for my particular class here, and that means if they're not a member of that particular class, then they wouldn't be able to have access to it. Let's go ahead and make some terms and definitions. So first of all, if I put in a term there, I come over here to create the definition. Now, really interesting things that they've recently developed here is that I could click on this one and it says auto define. So by doing that, it automatically gives me some definitions that are already present within Quizlet by other people who have uploaded their own definitions of the same. So what I'm going to do, just for purposes of explanation and demonstration, I'm going to choose one. It might not be the one I really want to choose if I was doing this properly, but nevertheless, it's there. That might be great for you, saving some time. You can also then add images which are also stored already on within Quizlet, which is fabulous. And the other thing as well is that you can have a functionality to add voice recording, but you can see there that in order to add a voice recording, your own voice recording, you need to upgrade. So by clicking learn more, it tells you about how much it's going to cost. You can see there it's nearly £35 for a year. So I'm not going to worry about that one for the moment either. Come out of that. Now we've got rugby and we've got a definition and we've got a picture to help. So let's just quickly build up some more by doing it the same way. And there we are. I've built that up now. So I've got 4 different categories or 4 different cards: rugby, football, American football, lawn tennis. I've got some images. I've got some definitions already there. And now I'm good to go. So all I need to do is scroll down to the bottom and press create. And before you know it, I've got types of ball games, I've got 4 terms, and I've got all those different interfaces or icons which we've talked about before. So let's just look at the flashcards there. There they are. Rugby, flip it over. There's the picture and the definition, which is fantastic. I've got some options down here as well, so I can choose the term first or the definition first, or if I wish to, I could choose both. Now that's quite useful for learning. If you want to have an overall picture of what it is that the student's learning, they might prefer to do that. You might prefer to do that. You can change that easily. I tend to just use the term to start with, but obviously the options are there for you. Now if I go back, once you've created this, what can you do? How do your students know that it's there? How do they access them? How do we make it best for their learning? So number of icons up here. That one is an edit, so you can go back and you can add or change. You can edit it in any which way you feel you would like to. There's our share sign. So by clicking on share, I can email students directly if that's the course that I'd like to choose. I can copy and paste a link. I can project that link on a board. I can write that link. Or if you've got Google Classroom, then that's a brilliant way, of course, of accessing these Quizlet cards, and social media as well, if you feel that that's a way that you'd like your students to be able to access. There's plenty of ways in which you can actually get your students to have access to this content. Furthermore, if I wanted to, I can add that to a particular class or a particular folder, and so we go on. It's absolutely fantastic. Hopefully this has been really useful. Now it's your turn to try and make some cards yourself.